you've got the hang of moving things around in edit mode, it's time to master manipulating objects. Just as well, because Connie's friend Cuthbert fell asleep in the Dreamiverse and got stranded.
Oh,
yes,
hello.
he's a cube with legs. Connie didn't choose her friends. I did. So, we need to fix these platforms if she's going to reach the flag and get to Cuthbert. Before we start, you can switch to play mode to see how a player would experience this scene.
Right.
You'll always need to test things out in play mode while dream shaping, so it's a good habit to get into. Press the options button, then select play mode with X. Its icon looks like a controller. Once you're in play mode, take control of Connie with R2, and we'll see how far she can go.
Not very far.
Start by jumping over to the first platform. Oh dear, looks like it's too far for Connie.
Yay.
Move that first platform closer. To do that, head back into edit mode.
Back into the edit mode.
We have to do something about these platforms if Connie's gonna reach the other side. To move things, hover the tip of your imp over them and press and hold R2. Move it where you want it and release R2. When the platform is in the right spot, you're ready for the next step.
And jump! We made it! Now let's turn that block around.
Select edit mode from the options menu.
Right.
Look at that. Connie isn't in her starting place anymore. That's because time passes when you're in play mode. But you can easily rewind things. Just press L3 by clicking in the left stick on your controller. You can rotate objects in edit mode by grabbing them with L2. Bear in mind that your imp's tip is at the center point of the rotation.
Come on! Get to the position! There! How is that for perfect? Yeah! Yes! Da-da-da-da! Okay, let's go and make this bigger. I think that's what the tutorial is going to be about.
Now the only thing separating Connie from Cuthbert is the final platform. Scale objects up or down by using the up and down directional buttons. Hover over the final platform now and hold the up directional button to make it bigger. It's also a good idea to get the top of the platform level with all the others. Now that you know how to move, rotate and scale things, you should be able to get the final platform into its matching frame at the right height.
There, right? That should be okay. Right, little cone. No! Don't touch anything. Let's go into the mode and into the play mode. There you go. Hello, little cube. Hello, I'm coming for you. Bam. Oh. Stop pushing me. Right, let's go to edit mode and let's go to the tutorial.
Hurrah! Connie and Cuthbert have been reunited. But now they need to find a way out before Cuthbert falls asleep again. So let's learn how to find a door in the Dreamiverse.
Now
Go
what?
to the assembly menu, which is the row of buttons at the top of the screen. This menu is also where the search button lives. It's the one with the magnifying glass. Select it now with X. The search button takes you to the Dreamiverse, where you'll find all the things created by dreamers from around the world. But for this tutorial, I've selected a collection of elements that you can use in this scene.
Good.
Let's see if we can find a door in the Start Dreaming collection. Select it with X. Have a look around. What elements do we have here in the collection?
Door.
Ah,
Cylinder.
there it is. A door. Select it with X now. Now that it's on your imp, you can scale it with the up and down directional buttons, or rotate it with L2 or the touchpad. You should know this isn't just any door. It's a very special one. Because of the animation and logic built into it, it will magically open when Connie goes near it. Okay, I think we're done here. All that's left now is to switch to play mode and walk Connie straight through the door to end in this tutorial.
Let's go. Hello. Bye. Right, let's do this. Fantastic.
Now you know how to grab, rotate, and scale objects. It's time I showed you how to clone things.
Yeah.
Cuthbert has managed to get himself stuck again.
Oh no.
Luckily, I've set up this scene so that we can use the clone tool to rescue him. With this tool, you can make exact copies of anything in the scene.
Right.
Remember how we used the L1 button to modify how the grab cam and the left stick work?
Yeah.
Well, it can also change how the grab button works.
Uh-huh.
Hover over the floating block with your imp and hold L1.
Yeah.
Now grab the block with R2. And remember that if you press it gently, you can move it more slowly. Now you have another block. That's because grabbing things while holding L1 creates a clone of that object.
Yeah.
Once you've created the clone, you can release L1, but don't let go of R2 until you're ready to place it in the scene. All that matters is that she can get to the next platform, so make sure you test your work in play mode.
Test it. Testing it.
When Connie can get across, go back to edit mode, rewind time with L3, and move on to the next step.
Right, and then we go to game. And then let's go to rewind. Yes, you're back in that. Good cone, good cone. And then let's go and do new tutorial.
Getting Connie to that third platform looks easy enough. There's half a bridge between them, so we can just clone this block to finish it off. First, hover over the arch and hold L1.
Yeah.
Then gently grab the arch with R2 to create a clone.
Right.
Remember, release L1 once you've made the clone. You have to release it or the next part won't work. Here comes the cool bit. While still holding the arch, click the L3 button on your controller to flip the arch horizontally.
Yay!
That's all there is to it. Now you try. Hold L1 and grab the arch with R2 to clone it. Release L1 and flip the arch horizontally by clicking L3. And don't forget, you can realign the clone while you're holding it by pressing the triangle button.
Yes! So, let's go back.
Okay, Connie, we've almost made it to the door. Ah, but she needs to go across and up now.
Yeah.
Good thing you already know how to make clones because we're gonna need them. So hold L1 and grab the block with R2 to clone it.
Good.
Now place that clone a little higher than the original. And you know what? There's a better way, so let's undo that with the left directional button. We're gonna try a new technique called repeat cloning.
Uh-huh.
I bet you can already guess what it does. That's right, it lets you make lots of clones at once.
Good.
Let's give it a go. Hover over the block again, hold L1 and press and hold R2. Release L1 once you've made the clone, and move the block up and along. Don't put it down yet though. This is where you become a cloning expert. Without letting go of the first clone, press the right directional button to create a second one. And, you guessed it, another press will create a third one.
Yes!
In fact, you can just keep pressing right to create more and more clones in a sequence. And if you make too many, no problem. Just press the left directional button to remove any clones you don't want.
Cool!
As you can see, all the clones are spaced evenly. and you can move the whole sequence by simply moving the clone that's on your imp. Put it down by releasing R2.
I'm trying.
Once the clones are in place, they won't be in a sequence anymore. You'll have to edit each block individually. See the dotted line around them? That's a selection. When you put repeat clones down, they're always selected automatically. That means you can move them as a group. If you feel like you've mastered cloning and flipping, walk Connie through the door to complete the tutorial. Good work.
Nice. Okay, so let's go to the play mode. Hello, Connie. Bam. Let's go. Across the bridge. Over onto the stairs where we created for you. Hello. Bye. And in there. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. And the last one.
Welcome to part 4 of our Start Dreaming tutorials. I see Cuthbert has managed to get himself in a pickle again. Connie, how do you put up with him? What a spanner. But with Connie's help, we can rescue him.
Oh no!
This time around, I'll show you how to select and group your creations and how to scope in and out of groups.
Right.
Remember how to repeat clone blocks to create a bridge? Well, let's do that again. Just like last time, let go of L1 while still holding R2. Then press the directional buttons to make more clones. If you rotate the first block a little before you clone it, you can make an arch. Use L2 to make the first block angle up slightly, then make the clone angle down. Looks great. Switch back to edit mode, rewind time, and go to the next step of the tutorial.
I am trying! It's not that easy. It's not that easy at all. Why? No, don't realign that. Right? So that is in place. And now let's go and put that, no, that's a wrong angle. Right, that's better. So we need to go and do this and that, bam. And then we need to go how do you do this? Right, let's go that, and then we go, let's delete this one, and let's make a clone of this, and that. Very nice. And then we do this, and then we go and do, oh my goodness me. Right, and right. Well, it kind of worked. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. Right? Is that good enough? Wow. Let's just say it is sort of, wow, good enough. Right? And now. Aha, with that, yes! A bit wonky, but it's good. It's much better. Right, so the right button does that. Right, let's go.
Now, you probably noticed that all the blocks, the original as well as its clones, were selected automatically after cloning. You can tell when things are selected because they have an animated dashed outline.
Yeah.
But after we switched between play and edit modes, everything was deselected. So let's select them again. All you have to do is hover your imp over one of the blocks and press X. There's the outline again.
Yeah.
Now do the same to the rest until the whole bridge is selected. Can you see how each block has its own outline, with a double line where they meet?
Yeah.
That's because they're still individual elements.
Mm-hmm.
You can deselect them one at a time with X, but it's much quicker if you deselect them all at once with circle. Give it a try.
Yay!
There's also a faster way of selecting multiple objects.
Uh-huh.
Just select one as before, but this time keep X held down. Now move your imp to select the others.
Yes!
Better than selecting one at a time, right?
Yeah.
So much faster. The great thing about having multiple objects selected is that you can manipulate them as if they were one object. For example, if all the blocks are selected, you can clone the bridge sideways to create a double bridge. Plenty of room for Connie to cross it without falling off the edge. Try it in play mode.
How is that for a bridge, eh? Wonky but beautiful. Right. So let's go in that.
You know, this bridge would be really useful to help Connie cross to the next platform.
Yes.
Use X to select all the blocks again. If we're going to use this bridge a lot, we can make it into a group. That way, it will behave like a single element and you won't have to keep selecting all the blocks.
Good.
Have you noticed the menu at the side of the screen? It appears when you have one or more objects selected. That's the context menu. Look for the plus sign. That's the icon for the group button. There we go. The bridge is now a single element.
Yay!
You can tell because it has one outline around it instead of one around each block.
Good.
And if you look over at the context menu, you'll see the group button now says ungroup. Use it if you want to break a group up.
Yes.
But we still need it to help Connie. So let's clone this bridge and place it between the second and third platforms. Just like before, hold L1 and grab the bridge with R2 to clone it. As always, remember to let go of L1. We don't need to test the bridge to see that it's not going to get Connie to the third platform.
No.
But don't worry, we'll fix that in the next step when you're ready to move on.
Good. We are ready. Go.
Select the bridge with X if it isn't already selected. Then find the Scope In button near the bottom of the context menu.
Uh-huh.
Notice that it's showing you a shortcut for it, L1 and X. So hover over the bridge group, hold L1 and press X. Now you're scoped in. We can now edit all the parts as if it wasn't a group. If you want to really focus on just the group, you can hide everything else in the scene. Just use the Hide Everything Else button in the context menu. The icon looks like a closed eye.
Good.
There's also a Scope Out button in the top right corner. This is how you exit groups. I think what Connie needs to reach the next platform is a staircase, so use the Move and Clone tools to create a new one.
Good enough. All right, so let's go and do this and that. And then we go to that. And then we go to right there. Okay. Now. Right. No. Right. Is that a good staircase or not? Or is it too big? Right. There you go. So let's go to. And let's go and try to do all of this. Right, cone, let's go. Over the bridge. Yay! Right, let's go and read. And let's go to edit mode. So let's go on next tutorial.
Is your staircase working?
Yes.
Fantastic. Now Connie just needs a bit more help to save poor old Cuthbert from his predicament.
Yay!
Luckily, You can clone your staircase group to reach the final platform.
Yes.
Use the clone shortcut L1 and R2 to copy the staircase group to the last platform. Don't forget to let go of L1 once the clone has been created.
Oh.
That's how useful groups are. If you select the group, you'll see a button in the context menu that saves the group as a new element. Saving a group as a new element means you can use it in other scenes or share it in the Dreamiverse. You can't do that in tutorials, but you can everywhere else. You have just one thing left to do. Go into play mode and take Connie and Cuthbert to the exit.
Yay! Play mode. Let's go. Up the stairs, the walkie stairs. We made them for you. Up. Fantastic. Up the stairs. Hello, Cuthbert. How are you doing? How are you doing, mate? Hello? Hello? Ah! Let's get in there. Bye. So that was part 4 of 4. And the next time, your reward. Let's go and see what the reward is. Lovely. And the next time, we'll be trying to create something of ours. Wow, that was actually quite entertaining and very much reminds of a Little Big Planet. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give a like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And I'll see you again quite soon. Thank you for watching and bye.